It was November, the early 2000s, whitetail rut season. The forest was completely silent, covered in fresh snow. My father, my brother, and I decided to hunt closer to home. We hired a local guide who knew the area well. It was a forest we had never been to before, dense trees, remote trails. We spent the entire day moving through back roads, watching clearings, waiting. But we didn't see a single deer worth taking. As the sun started to set, we decided to head back. By the time we reached the paved highway, it was completely dark. The sky was clear, the stars were sharp. There was almost no moonlight. There wasn't even any wind. If you've ever been somewhere truly dark, you know the feeling. The silence presses in on you. Even your own breathing feels too loud. That's when we saw the lights. Far down the road, bright lights in the distance. My first thought was simple. There must have been a car accident. Emergency vehicles aren't uncommon in winter, especially at night. But these lights were different. They were extremely bright. So bright that our eyes stopped adjusting to the darkness. The surrounding forest almost disappeared. Something felt wrong. The road was completely straight. No hill, no curve. As we reached the spot where the lights should have been, there was nothing on the road. Because the lights weren't on the highway, they were about 200, maybe 300 yards away, inside the forest. They were illuminating the trees. That's when we realized something else. Everyone was seeing different colors. I was sure the lights were red and white. My brother swore they were red and blue. My father said they looked more orange, and the guide. He didn't say a word. He slowly raised his rifle and aimed it toward the lights. "Should I shoot it?" he asked. We all said no, immediately. No one knew what it was, and no one wanted to fire a shot. The tension was overwhelming. The silence almost made your ears ring. We weren't in control, and every one of us felt it. For about 5 minutes we stood there on the highway, just watching. Then other vehicles started to arrive. One by one, they pulled over. People got out of their cars in the middle of winter, trying to get a better look. There were 6, maybe 7 vehicles in total. But just as everyone settled in, the lights began to shrink, slowly, quietly, and then they vanished. No sound, no trace, nothing left behind. After that night, none of us ever went back to that area. Even though we had camped nearby before, we never returned. And the guide, we never saw him again. We never heard from him again. At first, this story might not sound terrifying, but what really stayed with us was this: that silence. It felt like even the smallest sound could trigger something. And to this day, one question remains unanswered. What did we see in that forest?